Stefan, thank you so much for joining me today to talk about breakthrough science.
It's a pleasure to be here.
So you at Bayer, more specifically your impact investment arm, LEAPS, has launched this study together with BCG to look at how public sentiment across the world looks at science and technology, and specifically a number of the very forward-looking forefront technologies that you're also active in. So we surveyed 13,000 people, and some findings that I found very surprising is, first and foremost, overwhelming optimism across all countries on the promise and the ability of science and technology to improve individuals' futures. 75% of respondents said that. So what motivated you at Bayer to start such an effort and do research into that topic?
First and foremost, we're a science-based company, and we live in a world where the progress in science has never been as fast as it has been today. So there is no better moment in history than actually to engage into these new technologies.
So we ask people about their perceptions on a whole range of new technologies, cell and gene in healthcare in terms of therapeutics. We ask about AI in healthcare and how that can change healthcare delivery. We also ask about cultured meat and new genomic techniques in agriculture. Overall, it's a lot easier for people to feel optimistic about cell and gene in therapeutics than about a couple of the others. But even on new genomic technologies in agriculture, over 50% of respondents in both developed and developing nations were positive in general. And then as soon as people thought about the benefits in terms of more climate-resistant crops, fighting world hunger, actually that support went up a lot. So what do you conclude from that for the business opportunity, but also for the dialogue you'd like to happen in the public arena?
Well, first of all, I do see that across a wide array of people in society, there's more support for these technologies, including policymakers. There's also a better information, and that's something that we also owe to the public about what these technologies can do, and also dispel some of the myths, negative myths that surround them.
If we come back to healthcare and cell and gene therapies in healthcare, one of the questions we asked people was, we know these are technologies that are costly to develop. They will be expensive. They will be not accessible for a big part of the population at first. Yet 60% of respondents were still very supportive because they felt that is what it's going to take to advance the science. How do you look at that in some of our forefront technologies in our industry? Is inequality of access unavoidable, or how do you see that develop?
I think we need to think about modalities of payment in different access schemes, and there are solutions to this, because when you have a one-shot therapy that actually solves a problem instead of going into chronic therapies where you have to pay for years and years, including all the costs of care that are associated to that, we have to look at total cost, and we need to come up with modalities to actually finance these novel therapies. So it's not about spending more, it's actually about becoming more efficient in the way how we provide care.
Stefan, thank you so much for joining me today here.
You're welcome.